This woman is hot and sexy, but her boyfriend thinks she's too skinny, so he started eating constantly. A month later she had gained 50 pounds. The woman, Della, looks at herself. She was very happy with her body, but she had to buy new clothes. But her boyfriend was extremely disappointed. He struggled to pick her up, and then he went off on his own. He ran off to a party. Della was furious, so she dragged her flesh to the party. As soon as she walked in, Della saw her boyfriend letting himself go. Della rushed right up to him. She got in between them and danced. Then the man told her he likes to be slightly chubby, not a fat pig. He then broke up with her on the spot. A very sad Della went to her best friend's house. She helped him find a way to get revenge, and that was to lose weight, and then chase the scumbag back, and then dump him. So Della got an annual pass and went to the gym, and the numbers didn't change after all that work. Della gave up. When he got back, he wrapped his stomach in cling film. He planned to go on a hunger strike to lose weight, but as a dessert chef, she couldn't bear the thought of. She ate 3 meals a day and drank only water to satisfy her hunger. After work, Della looked at the delicious cake. She ate it with tears in her eyes. The next day Della signed up for a diet group. She and Fatty formed a couple. Under mutual supervision, Della started to refuse high-calorie foods, ate only carbohydrates every day, ran her first 2-minute race, ran her first marathon. Della kept running all day long, tired herself out every day to the point of exhaustion. The hard work always pays off. Finally lost weight. Then she bought a sexy swimming costume, ready to get the scum back. Della gets hot and sexy at the swimming pool. Ex-boyfriend stunned by what he saw. Is this the fat guy I dumped? He couldn't believe it. Della had lost 50 pounds in a month, just to shine her dog eyes. This is the moment a man falls for. The two of them playing in the pool. It's like they're back in love. And the next thing you know, the scumbag's real girlfriend walks in. Then she jumps in between them. In this moment Della's efforts seem a bit ridiculous. At night Della goes to a bar and gets drunk, and ended up drinking herself to death, and was picked up and taken away by the molester. Just then Fatty arrived, and rescued Della. In the car, Della is still drunk, spouting off about her boyfriend being a scumbag, and that her father had abandoned her since she was a child, and Fatty thinks that Della is lacking in fatherly love. That's why she sees her boyfriend as her only support. She thinks that Della is just satisfying her own emptiness. When she returned, Della asked her mother to get her father's phone number. Father and daughter, who hadn't seen each other for years, now all that was left was blood. At the dinner table Della tried to get her father to dance the dance of her childhood, to make herself feel loved by her father again, but her father didn't remember the dance. All he remembered was the friendly gesture. At night Della cried to her best friend, crying about the injustice of God, but her best friend was going away on a business trip tomorrow. She begged her best friend to stay with her, and he was furious. He thought Della was too childish. She had always wanted to rely on others. She had never taken it upon herself to change anything. Her best friend was devastated by Della. Della thought everything was the fault of her fatness, but the weight loss has worked. It seems the problem is now getting worse. Fatty became a weight loss coach. It only took him 1 month. He lost 50 pounds in a month from 180 pounds of fat girl. Della thanked Fatty for his dedication to her. She gave him a sweet kiss. Chubby thought he was going to have a spring in his step. With flowers in his hand, he was ready to confess his love, but he was dissuaded by the scene before him. It turned out that Della and her ex-boyfriend had made up again. Looks like he's out of luck. The scumbag saw how sexy and beautiful Della was now. He's dumped her, and then begs Della to get back together. And in the end it's the fat one who gets hurt. The scumbag just wanted to have some fun. Then he tells Della to break up. On a cold night, Della thought of her backup, Fatty. And Fatty no longer wanted to be the spare. Said Della was like a rotten apple. On the surface it was bright and shiny. In reality it was rotten to the core. Della realized her mistake. She'd been waiting to be loved, but she hadn't given anyone around her a second thought. It was all because she was selfish. The next day Della climbed a high building and tumbled into her best friend's house. To support her in her quest for the life she wanted, she looked at Della, who had matured overnight, and smiled. As Della changed little by little, good things came slowly. Father dancing the dance of his childhood, and the complete love of her parents. Father encourages Della to find the one she loves. Della came to Weight Watchers, only to learn that Fatty had quit. On the other side, Fatty was drinking his way through the day, when Della spills her beer on the floor, and then she tells Fatty what she feels. In the end, Della was there for Fatty. He was back on the track. A good-looking body is always the same, but a funny soul is 1 in a million. So in this age of faces, find someone who can let you be. To be true to yourself, that's what life is all about. If you're in front of a screen, and you want to lose weight, don't be ashamed of yourself. Keep going for a month. You can lose 50 pounds.